Right, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? All right. Y'all bear with me for a second here. We are live. And as always, technical difficulties go, but we're gonna keep it popping. All right. So yeah, we're gonna keep it really popping real quick. All right. We're gonna keep it popping. How's everybody doing out there? So yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. Ain't gonna be in here too long. When it comes to getting resources for Black Americans, it seems like there's always an arm and a leg to pull for anybody to get it. But when it comes to these other ethnic groups, man, it seems like they're ready to roll out the red carpet for them. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into it. All right. Like I said, we ain't gonna be on here too long. Let me just get everything queued up. All right. Yeah, man. So you know what it is. We ready. Rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast on my mobile phone today. Let's get it.
You're rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate y'all coming in. Let me just switch something up real quick. All right. There it is. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? You're going to be seeing me throw some signs every now and then. It's not gang signs, all right? It's just functioning gestures, if you will, all right, for the camera, all right? So there we go. There you go. So I can move around. Got my own personal cameraman. All right. So what's good? So yeah, but the climate of this election, there's a lot that's been going on, and people been having questions. So real quick, we're gonna get right into the questions this gentleman had. All right. So you guys check this out real quick. All right. Check this out. This man has some questions here.
Wake up.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link. I mean, why?
Great.
All right. So I don't know if you guys heard it or not. We're gonna move that out of there. So I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but we're gonna play it back another way. As always, not always, I can't say always, but you get some technical difficulty. So on my back end, it was playing, but everything looked frozen. And so I don't know if you guys was getting the same thing on your end. But we're gonna go ahead and play it another way, all right? So yeah, check this out. Check this out.
Hey, you better wake up.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link, a free room and board, free child care, and some of them are getting Social Security. And when my ancestors were released from slavery, they got the clothes on their back, but yet they were told to be happy. So why am I and everyone in this country footing the bill for people who are non-Americans, who don't vote, who don't fight in any of our wars, who've never paid a tax? And we're told that if we say anything, we're xenophobic.
Great question.
Tell me why.
Great
Tell
question.
us all why. I want to
it's
know.
wrong. I think it's wrong. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but this is a U.S. immigration system we have that is broken.
As migrants continue to arrive in Illinois, the state is planning to spend an additional $182 million in the next fiscal year on assistance, on top of the $648 million it has already spent.
All right. So there you go. I'm gonna play it again in a minute, but yeah, like we've been saying, man, it's like they let everybody over here, and it's plenty. And by the way, there are plenty of people, interestingly enough, at least in New York, that I know of, Hispanics are even saying they don't want the other Hispanics crossing across the border because they messing everything up. There's video of that footage of that being mentioned, right? And this is right now, we are under the Biden-Harris watch, right? And I guess now it's being pushed that we under the Harris watch, right? So let me go on it here and stand up a little bit since I done turned my camera on there. So yeah, it seems like we've been under, that watch, and all of this is going on, right? All of this is continuing to going on. And that guy you seen in the video at the end didn't have an answer, or his answer was more leaning towards like passing the buck to somebody else, right? Passing the buck to somebody else, instead of trying to address the situation, right? That's crazy. And what is even more interesting is that there are a lot of people that get tired of hearing this, but they never say nothing to nobody else. They just go along to get along, right? All this stuff has been being done in everybody's face. And yet and still, you have other black people who would just look around and stare and kind of cower down, right? And, try to act like, this don't exist. They want this to be over with, and don't want to speak up. And I don't understand why, but when everybody else gets things and people and other ethnic groups say things, there is then you got Black Americans, on some, not all, and other Black folks, they want to stand up with everybody else, and to the detriment of their own ethnic group. And people act like it's something wrong for Black Americans to decide to, okay, we're going to separate ourselves from the rest of y'all, We've been fighting in every war this country had. Oh, that's interesting. There we go. Fighting in every war that there was here in the U.S., standing up for other groups, right? Making it possible for other immigrants, no matter their skin is as dark as mine or as light as a Caucasian person. They stood up for folks to be over here when America didn't want too many immigrants over here. It was Black Americans fighting for that. And people get mad when you say that. And then they have the gall when immigrants come over. They want to be disrespectful. They want to say, oh, you Black people are lazy. You not smart. You lazy. When the whole entire time it was Black people that built the country. So how can they be lazy? They made it possible for all the you immigrants to be over here and to come over here and commit crimes, right? And they don't really get the beat down, or back in the day, they used to say the beats. And then maybe in our generation, it was called getting stomped out. They don't get stomped out for the crimes they commit, right? Beating police up, doing this, doing that. They don't get the same treatment as the ones who made it possible for them to come over, right? And so this man has a valid question. You know, he's saying, how are these people getting, some folks getting in well over $13,000 stipends, housing, and more benefits, resources. And it bears the question to ask all of you who's watching and who will watch the replay, do you really think that's fair? You really think that's cool? It's like, I liken it to be, your house is the United States, right? Your family members are the people who's been there early on, right? Then you leave your door unlocked and a bunch of strangers start coming over to your house, the US, right? And they just start coming, they go in and out as they please. They'll tear up if they want to, or you can even fashion that to be like an Airbnb. You can even use that analogy, but we'll stick with, you have your own residence, family members in it. You're the president of your household, and people just start coming in and out as they please. They go in your food in your refrigerator, take your stuff. They if you got money laying out, they just come in there and take the money and go buy whatever they want to buy. They'll come in there and try to punk you in your own residence, right? And you do absolutely nothing about it. You just let them go on and keep doing it. All right, that's kind of like a parallel to what's been going on. Oh, I mean, and then you probably give them some. Let's say you just give them some money, right? You give them the best of the best. Meanwhile, they're tearing up your family life. They're tearing up your residence. And it's just, just business as usual. Right? Is that really, just be honest with yourself. Asians, white folks, Black folks, African folks, Caribbean folks, Spanish folks. You think that's fair for that to go down in the US? They giving money to everybody else, Ukraine, they get money out the wazoo. And then the Ukrainians can come over here for special benefits. They say Venezuelans were flown in sneakily, and then a bunch of them allowed over the border. In these cities where they just allow them to get money given to them, right? But the people that have been here for years, you don't hand over a card to them with a whole bunch of money on that card. Every time the ones whose ancestors, actually made it possible for this country to be very wealthy, you don't even, the ones who are not here now, they built the wealth, they done died years ago, hundreds of years ago, but they have offspring that's still surviving, that's still living to this day. And then people got a nerve to say, oh, that happened. That was years ago. That was so long ago. Yeah, but there's groups that things happened to them long ago and they still getting money right now. American Indians, so-called American Indians, the Jewish people, when the situation that happened in Germany, I don't believe it happened in the US, they still get money, right? Certain countries still getting money to this day. Japanese people got some reparations, right? Indian folks American Indians still get money to this day. Offsprings of the so-called American Indians still get money to this day. But a lot of you still get mad because we bring those things up. We keep bringing the truth up and the truth makes y'all mad for some reason. Oh, y'all being divisive and y'all being xenophobic. That happened so long ago. But again, I say, let any one of you Spanish folks, and this happened actually, you African folks, you Caribbean folks, I wonder if it'll be a battle between the Asians and the Jewish people that kind of own and control things. Let any groups, ethnic groups, say something offensive towards them that they might deem anti-Semitic. And I wonder what would happen to you then, right? I wonder what would happen to you then. But then when we say something about, hey, this is really unfair, this is, this ain't cool what y'all doing, and we want some answers. Like my man said, he said, when it came to his ancestors, they just had the clothes on their back and they were just told to go on and be happy. But then when folks come over here now, they getting all types of resources, right? All types of resources. So yeah, let's check out that video one more time, all right?
Hey, you better wake up.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link, a free room and board, free child care, and some of them are getting Social Security. And when my ancestors were released from slavery.
Hold up, did he say Social Security? I wasn't even aware of that. My man said they even getting Social Security, some of them. And then if there's not any laws, I kind of was hearing some rumblings that there might be some cities with laws that allow illegally, you're not even allowed to be here legally. Some of the Spanish folks are allowed to vote. I got to look up that one. I got to look into that. But yeah, I'm hearing some rumblings about that. There's some places, some cities that have made it legal or is legal or will be legal to be able to vote. And they're not even legal to be here. There was another video. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up because it does connect with this one. Let me play this one back one more time. Then I'm gonna pull up this other video.
Hey, you better wake up.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link, a free room and board, free child care, and some of them are getting Social Security. And when my ancestors were released from slavery, they got the clothes on their back, but yet they were told to be happy. So why am I and everyone in this country footing the bill for people who are non-Americans, who don't vote, who don't fight in any of our wars, who've never paid a tax? and we're told that if we say anything, we're xenophobic?
Great question.
Tell me why.
Great
Tell
question.
us all why. I want to
it's
know.
wrong. I think it's wrong. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but this is a U.S. immigration system we have that is broken.
As migrants continue to arrive in Illinois, the state is planning to spend an additional $182 million in the next fiscal year on assistance, on top of the $648 million it has already spent.
That black man got a good question. He got a point. He got a legitimate, valuable point and question. Right? So, all right, check this out. I'm gonna pull this video up. Y'all gotta see this, man. Y'all gotta see this. Y'all watch this video. I mean, it's pulling up, it's loading up, so hold on. Yo, it's crazy, man. A lot of people got a lot of nerve. Y'all gotta think my ancestors and other black Americans, and that man who asked the question, his ancestors, a lot of y'all got to thank them. Fighting and warring with folks and joining these armies only to get scraps or nothing at all. Being out 18 hours a day, tending the fields. And then fast forward years later, you got black Americans going to the government saying, y'all let these people over here from Africa. We want them over here. And them people in the Caribbean, so on and so forth. And some of you, your Afro-Latinos, yeah. And some of you Afro-Latinos that look as dark as me, but you have family members that look like as light as a Caucasian person. They don't even want, some of them don't even want y'all because you're so dark. And then they don't want you messing with anybody else dark. They want to keep their skin color light. And some of y'all are over here. Come on, get out of here. Squirrels. Yeah, so very disrespectful. Where did that thing go? That squirrel dipped real quick. But you got a lot of people, a lot of ancestors who built this country, built it, made it possible for it to be a $1 billion, $1 trillion wealthy nation. And a lot of you got a lot of nerve to come over here talking about y'all black Americans. I'm not going to say the N word, but y'all N words is lazy. And just coming over here, just getting across the borderline. You coming over here talking about y'all lazy and this and that. And coming over here stealing folks, murdering children. That's crazy. Unappreciated. But yo, you check this out. Check this video out real quick. Check this video out.
Now, mind you, all of this happened under Kamala's administration because we know Joe ain't running the show. We saw that. But I'll just leave this here.
You're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States?
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
You seen them numbers on the screen? I'm gonna play it one more time. See, I'm on my cell phone, and unless I widen the picture so I can actually read the stuff, so I'm gonna do that while it's playing, but I'm gonna play it again. You'll see them numbers on the screen. just getting over here, and this is what they get. Now you heard the brother mention they get stipends, links. I don't know what links is unless he mispronounced the words. Some of them getting Social Security benefits and not even allowed to be in this country. It's almost like it's somebody or a group of somebody that said, yo, I don't even give a damn no more. Let them all over here and just let them run amok. Let them tear this country down. A lot of people saying now New York is the third world country now because you let third world people come over, wreaking havoc. And yeah, it's sickening, man. It really is. So go ahead. I'm going to play this video again, and I'm going to widen the screen so I can read it or read some of it while you guys watching. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out.
Now, mind you, all of this happened under Kamala's administration because we know Joe ain't running the show. We saw that. But I'll just leave this here.
You're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States?
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
$13,000 EBT balance of over $4,000 cash balance. I don't know about y'all, but I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who's got over $13,000 EBT for real. I don't know anybody who got that. I've heard of people having over 1,000 here, 600-700 there. But let me make sure. I'm gonna look at this again. I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at this correct, because I don't know anybody who got a $13,000 EBT food stamp card with that balance on it, and others with almost $5,000 cash. I don't know too many people who got that, but they coming over here getting caked up. They getting that guap. Let me play this again so I can look at this. Make sure I'm seeing this right. Let me make sure.
Now, mind you, all of this happened under Kamala's administration because we know Joe ain't running the show. We saw that. But I'll just leave this here.
You're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States?
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
All right, yeah, I seen that. $13,000 and over $4,000. That's crazy. But then a lot of you get mad when the black man start asking questions, legitimate questions. All of a sudden, you the angry black man. You the angry black man, right? You xenophobic. You ain't supposed to be asking questions. Then, of course, you got all these Democratic men and women, black men and women, and all the celebrities who are on the Democrat side, Ricky Smiley, A lot can be said about you. Cat Williams already put you out there, but yeah. Then the sentiment is now this happened. This happened before with Stacey Abrams when she was running for governor in Georgia. They was getting on the black men, right? Because nobody was feeling Stacey Abrams, and she was questioned about some things. I guess a little bit before and during, or a little right before the elections when she was running for governor of Georgia, she was asked some questions, and it just wasn't, a lot of black men wasn't feeling the answers. Some y'all got a hair up your behinds about black American men, man. Y'all really got a hair up your regarding black American men. We are just supposed to shut up, not speak on nothing. And a lot of these Democrat shills, these Democrat supporting celebrities, your mindset is to tell us to shut up and vote. We ain't supposed to be critical thinkers, analytical thinkers. We ain't supposed to have questions. Y'all got a lot of damn nerve. But we're going to keep on questioning. We're going to keep on speaking up. Y'all don't like it. Y'all hate it. We're supposed to just be shut up. Remember that, I forgot old girl who told when LeBron James was trying to speak up, although we're not really bigging up any sports people, athletes, or entertainers because they be messing up a lot, and they also be getting paid off a lot of times, even after they speak up and tell some real facts. They end up falling short because they are in the NBA or the NFL, or they get paid off to be quiet. But I remember when they was telling him, one of them people on the news, a black woman, I think, told, or even I think a white lady too, was saying, shut up and dribble. My man couldn't have something on his mind and speak on it. He had to shut up and dribble. So now they telling the black American man, shut up and vote. Y'all vote for this black woman. This black woman. When people were saying her dad was Jamaican, but now it's been come out that her dad was really saying that they have an Irish background and an Indian background, East Indian, not a Jamaican. So there's been some discrepancies. At first was all about Kamala's dad saying he was Jamaican and Indian, but since then it's been said that he was saying he has an Irish and Indian, East India background. Not Jamaican wasn't being mentioned. And in regards to the Kamala Harris being black, the whole thing is over that she's not a descendant of black American slaves. So she has no connection to us. And it's been evident because she said it in interviews. She's not going to do nothing just simply for black people. No, right? But yet they give an anti-Asian hate crimes bill. They do stuff for LGBT, and it's specifically for them. It's not LGBT and everybody else. It's LGBT specifically. It's Asian specifically. It's Jewish specifically. Ukrainians specifically. Afghans specifically. These Spanish folks coming over the border specifically. But then when it comes to black folks, what they try to do is, we're going to do a lift all boats. So each boat is every ethnic group. And we're going to lift the water so all of you can get lifted up. It's never, no, specifically these black Americans need a lift. Just themselves. It's never that. Whenever it comes to black Americans, it's come up with a plan or a program so everybody can have. Remember when Biden was saying, at one point he had said something about he was for reparations, but the American Indians had to get something too, right? Then there was another video of him saying this is a nation of immigrants, when that's a lie. This nation didn't start out as a nation of immigrants. And he went on to say that immigrants is this and that. So they feeding you a bunch of lies. They're going to put it in your kids' school books. And they act like we're not supposed to speak up, black men in particular. But you're finding out, even Palestinians is going to certain places and bum rushing rallies. Not that we rocking with them either, because although we have a heart about the children in Palestine getting bombed and, you know, their bodies blown apart, that's not cool to see children being bombed over there. But it's difficult to try to stand up for Palestinians and what's going over there when Palestinians themselves be calling us the N-word. And then they expect us to stand up for them for what's going on in Palestine. That don't work like that, homie. Like I said, it's real bad. It's not like we don't have a heart as black Americans. We got a heart for children. And that ain't cool to, you know, just the thought of it, of bombs coming down and then a child's body just splits up in all different pieces. That's not cool. But again, like I said, it's hard to stand up for them at the same time when the very same Palestinian people come over here or stay over there in their country and call us the N-word. So this is why some of us are not caping for them and what's going on, because there's been disrespect across the board from them. But we don't like that, you know, the kids getting messed up like that. That ain't cool at all. Anybody's children of any ethnic group getting bombed and they sitting in a building and all of a sudden the building crash on their head and they smash to pieces or smash to mush, or they standing outside and all of a sudden a bomb hit and their body go to pieces, you know, we feel for that. But we just not rocking with these groups because they still have disrespect for us. So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna play both of these videos one last time since we at the end. And it does bear the question, what's going on here on this screen? You know, there's always some nonsense going on when we live. Why are resources given to every other ethnic group? I don't know what it's showing to y'all on the screen because it's looking really weird on my end. And it always seems like when you talking some real stuff, you get some problems with your live streams. But if I were to start samboing and clowning and putting on the clown face or put on some makeup and shake and bojangle, then everything is cool. I get the best stream on the planet. It'll be clarity, be everything, be clear, no mess ups on the screen or nothing like that. Everything be straight. But when you talk about some real stuff, some real ish, there's always problems with the screen. Notice that? So again, before I get out of here, let me play these two videos again, since we're at the end. And then, you know, just bring you some questions, man. All right. So let's check it out.
Hey, you better wake up.
The immigrants can come into this country and get a stipend, link, a free room and board, free child care, and some of them are getting Social Security. And when my ancestors were released from slavery, they got the clothes on their back, but yet they were told to be happy. So why am I and everyone in this country footing the bill for people who are non-Americans, who don't vote, who don't fight in any of our wars, who've never paid a tax? And we're told that if we say anything, we're xenophobic.
Great question.
Tell me why.
Great
Tell
question.
us all why. I want to know.
I think it's wrong. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but this is a U.S. immigration system we have that is broken.
As migrants continue to arrive in Illinois, the state is planning to spend an additional $182 million in the next fiscal year on assistance, on top of the $648 million it has already spent.
That dude couldn't even answer the question. He was passing the buck. Oh, our system is broken. Our immigration system is just broken. It's just broken. Let's get to the next video.
Now, mind you, all of this happened under Kamala's administration because we know Joe ain't running the show. We saw that. But I'll just leave this here.
You're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States?
Yes.
And DHS has, in writing, said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
I know there's some Black American people that out in the street that can use $13,000 right now, but they don't matter. It's just the people that come across the border, they matter. So yeah, we're gonna keep, as Black men, we're gonna keep on speaking up for those who want us to shut up and just vote. We're not supposed to have a thought. We're not supposed to think. We're not supposed to be observant and see things going on, calling it out, keep on pressing folks about it. Nah, we're not supposed to do that. We're just supposed to shut up and dribble. Shut up and vote. That's all we're supposed to be doing. That's how we've been reduced down to being shut up men. Shut up men and just do as they say. Go ahead, go out of here. I don't have any food. Squirrel's trying to come over here and get something to eat. I ain't got nothing, homeboy. Yeah, so Black American men have been reduced down to shut up men. You know, they're trying to effeminize a lot of us as it is. That's not going to happen. So you're going to keep calling stuff out. You're going to keep getting mad. You're going to keep trying to use these tactics to shut us up. It's just not going to happen, homie. Just ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen, Democrats and Republicans. For those of y'all who just, Black people I'm talking about in particular, maybe everybody in general, if y'all are if anybody ethnic group in general, if you're looking at us as Black men, like if you have the same sentiment as y'all Black men need to shut up and just vote, shut up and don't think, shut up and don't have analytical observation, y'all can get the finger. I'll just leave it like that. I won't say no cuss words. So you can get that. If you're on that train, if you have respect for Black men and their thoughts and their observations, what they see, what they research and find out. Because that was another thing. Y'all don't research. Y'all don't read. Ricky Smiley. By the way, before I get out of here, because I said I was going to get out of here, but things keep coming to me. Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey. Who was the third one? Seemed like there was a third, either comedian or entertainer. But outside of them, you got Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hewley. Ricky Smiley, D.L. Hewley, Steve Harvey, Joy Reid, Charlemagne the God. He's a flip-flopper. He flip-flops. They must have him. They got him on something. Because one minute he'll say one thing and be for the Democrats. The next minute he'll kind of talk against it a little bit and make some of them mad. I don't know if it's as an act or he's for real and they get mad at him sometimes and they kind of reel him back in. Charlemagne the God I'm talking about. Either they try to reel him back in and spank him a little bit, or they just reel him in and say, here's some money, be quiet, stand back up for us, or they got something on him heavy. I don't know what's going on with him because he kind of, like I said, he goes one way to another. So Charlemagne the God, Joy Reid, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hewley, Ricky Smiley, a lot of you other folks that's Democrats that they're gonna put on. Y'all gonna see on the screen. You're gonna see on the news. The more closer the elections get, they're gonna keep on bringing out these folks. It'd be crazy if the squirrel just hop on this table and just chilling next to me without me paying attention. But all them folks are gonna start. You're gonna start seeing them come out more and more and more. It's a black man talking right now. You don't like it? Bounce. You're gonna see them coming out more and more and more. They're gonna be doing some more trying to shun. They're gonna shun black men in particular. But there's a lot of other groups. Like I said, a lot of Palestinians are going to some of these rallies, to some of these functions, Democratic functions, and they go in there and bum rushing the functions. I don't know if y'all seen that video in New York. A lot of them coming out. There's a lot of Palestinians saying they're not voting for Kamala. There's a lot of people that's saying they're not voting for her, even though they're trying to make it seem on the mainstream like, oh, her numbers going up, Trump's is going down. I could care less about either one of them, to be honest with you, because like I said, I did my news stories about Trump. He's real slick with it. He's real clever. I always said that clever recognized clever. But Trump also puts truth in a lot of stuff he says. And I don't know where the craziness part comes from when people keep saying he's crazy. He's crazy. He'd be saying stuff and it'd be factual, or he'll say stuff now and down the road, the stuff end up going down like he said, like he knows something already. But he'd be telling a lot of facts. One of them, when he said black Americans built this nation, nobody debated that was a lie. That's an actual fact. He has called out police officers. A lot of times you might hear him say, because he did say he wanted to give police officers immunity, but every once I know of twice that he done it. He might have done it plenty of other times in the past. But one was, if you paid attention to that National Association of Black Journalists recently, when the girls asked him some question about January 6th. And he said, I like police officers, but there was police officers that let all them people in the building. He called that out. It was facts. So he'll tell the truth. He like one of those to just be kind of straight up with everything. He just tell the truth. People just think he talk, but you got to pay attention and listen. Because right before all this stuff happened with the immigrants coming over here, illegal aliens, he said that was going to happen. He said, if you let them over here, they're going to bring all the crime and all the criminals. And I just played you a video that showed you that. Just played you a video that showed you that. Right? So the dude be saying stuff that's real and he'll blend it in. Not to say he blended in anything fake, but he'll put, I want them to have immunity so they can do their job. And he makes it seem like so they can do their job of getting rid of the immigrants and bringing them back across the border. But we all know that that's not going to 100% happen if it happens at all. There's going to be some casualties that are not illegal aliens. And so the question bears, are they going to have immunity for the casualties that's not on the up and up? Right? Dog flies. But are they going to have, is he going to make sure when they're not doing something they're supposed to do, are they going to still have immunity? See, that's the problem I have with Trump, because he's done that on several occasions. You know, I've heard stories that they say he likes black people. I've heard stories that Trump has done stuff for black people, gave people money, and then when they return the money, I think I talked about this before, at least on one occasion, he asked somebody about their business and they was needing help. He wrote them a check, asked them, bring it back. I don't know if he said bring it back in interest or, bring back what I paid you once you get your business up and running. They came back to him later on. And he asked them, hey, y'all doing good? Your business doing fine? Yeah, we doing great now. Yeah. And the check, they wrote the check back in the amount that he gave to them. Black person paid Trump back. And then Trump took the check and ripped it up and threw it out. He just wanted to see if they was going to pay back what he loaned them. So I hear stories about, and then you had Angela Stanton. She talked about how she was in jail when she, had to go, have a baby. She had to be chained up to the bed, and one of the sheriffs was watching the whole pregnancy, and then Trump turned that around and put it in rule or order or whatever you want to call it, that there will never be anything like that happening again. And then he did something else. I forgot what it was, where it helped like 20,000 black people. So say what you want, man. Like I said, I have my things about him, but I keep hearing some good, and then people just keep saying, "Oh, he's racist. He's racist. He's racist. He's racist. He's racist." He might be, but then I hear people say he has something for black people. If that's true, why he has, I don't know. It was said that his dad was a real staunch racist, so I don't know if he's seen how his dad was treating black people, and so maybe he decided to be a little different from his pops and be a little bit more respectful towards them, give or take, and look out for them a little bit more. Not to say he's doing it a lot, but I don't know what's going on in his life to make him want to kind of be a little bit different from his pops. But I hear different stories about him. So, and then some reverend guy claimed that he met Trump, and Trump shook his hand. And a lot of times, if you have them real racists, real white supremacists, they don't want to touch your hand. They don't want to hug you. Most of them don't even want to talk to you. So when he seen that Trump talked to him and conversated with him, then he went to pray, and one of Trump's daughters grabbed the dude's hand instead of the dude trying to grab it and said, "Come on, let's go, let's pray." And he looked at it, he said, "Well, if his children is like this, he couldn't be no racist like that." So I guess that was just one of his reasons why he was gonna, kind of stomp for Trump. So I guess there's some good and bad with Trump when it comes to when the real stories start coming out about him. But like I said, he's kind of clever. I recognize his little clever things he does and says. And maybe, I don't know, maybe he has a plan, but he has to embed it together because it's gonna make this group feel one way and then appease this group too, make this group feel good at the same time. But we kind of read in between the lines and we see what's going on. And really when it boils down to is we got to see the action, if the action match up with the words. So that's why some people are on the fence with Trump. He has this, like I said, there's some ups and downs or good and bad or some pros and cons with Trump when it comes to black folks. You hear some good, and then he said sometimes he might say something bad. Also, when he mentioned something about Martin Luther King recently in one of his talks or interviews or whatever, I got to go back and listen, but I could have sworn he said something about he had more people in his rallies than the King did when he had his speech. See, he be saying some off stuff. I guess that's why people sometimes say he crazy, I guess. And sometimes you got to go back and re-listen to things and listen to it, what he said right before it and right after it, and you might end up getting context to it. So you got to sometimes be smart, or you'll find out the context was what it was or what it is, what he said, right? So, yeah, when it comes to Trump, he's a mixed bag in a sense. It's the best way I can explain him. Whereas the other side is just, what's her name? Kamala is just, even her dad, Kamala's dad at one time said he didn't like the identity politics she was playing, her own dad. And then when she said that stuff about smoking weed, he wasn't feeling that either. So it's real tricky, man. But what I will say is this, is that a lot more people during this election season will wake up even more, regardless of who becomes the president. Y'all gonna see some things more that's gonna open your eyes as far as games being played. You're gonna see it in this election, and then maybe that's gonna open your eyes a little bit more and stop getting into the personality voting and start understanding you need to get something for your vote. And I guess some people have an issue with that. Some people are so programmed in their head that you say anything against Kamala, you vote for Trump. You a Trump. No, where I'm at in life, in my mindset now, I'm not even on that. I'm not even trying to convince people. I might put videos out and stuff like that. Some of it I think is funny, so I put them out. And some of that I'll be thinking on either side, I'd be like, okay, that's interesting. But my thing now is it's not about trying to convince y'all to vote for this person, this president, because I got my thoughts on, I got two directions I'm thinking I might go on that. But my thing ain't even about trying to get y'all to vote for Kamala or Trump or put out videos and you think I'm trying to convince you of this. I just put out videos when it turns out that, yeah, these are real. Just like the dude who was sent to jail, I put that video out. I seen one some years back. It's the same dude was talking about Kamala laughed at him and he didn't even commit the murder. And she came to court and was laughing at him. And then all the stuff she did with other black folks that was supposed to be released from jail, she kept them in jail so they can fight fires. She had evidence of a black man to be able to go free, and she didn't let that evidence be known. So I put out information that's factual because I want y'all to think, not trying to convince y'all to vote or not vote for her. My thing now is, regardless of who you vote for, I want you to do it because you thinking, you researching, you observing, you seeing what's going on, and then either you see it and you just blind, or you see it and you just go, I'm still gonna vote for such and such. I just want people to start thinking and looking into stuff and being able to see inside of what's going on. That's all. That's all that is. But I think this election here, even those who don't want to kind of open up an eye, it's going to get opened up for you. Because you're going to see all the stuff that's going on. And if you constantly looking at things, videos here, news, such and such, somebody saying this, saying that, it's going to open you up to, oh, okay, I see the games that's being played. I see this is not what it is. And then you have a lot of people who don't talk about the electoral college. That gets left out. They can vote for either one of them, but the electoral college can decide, no, we're going to go with that person. And all your votes would have meant absolutely zero. You could pick Kamala all day and the electorals go, we just going to vote for Trump. Or you can vote for Trump all day. He get the let me go back. Kamala can get the popular vote. And them people who are electorals, they can go, we going with him. Or Trump can get the popular vote, get all the votes popular. And then when they tally everything up and they go, well, Trump had the most votes. And then the electorals can go, we going with her. That's going to open up your eyes either way. That's why I said, I think this is going to be an eye opener. Get the information, it's going to be an eye opener. It's going to open up some eyes. All right. The next elections after this, there's going to be a bunch of crumbs. That ain't going to mean much of nothing. You might have heard of them before. You might heard of the Gavin Newsoms and other people's going to be names you're going to probably have heard before, but it's going to be something different with this one. But like I said, y'all can vote all day for whoever in the electorals. can decide to go opposite of what you voted for. And then this is why a lot of people say, why y'all voting anyway? Because they put a process, a middle person, if you will, a middleman in the process, which is the electoral college. And then we don't know if the electoral college people, you get paid off or get threatened. Hey, you need to just decide to do this, or your family over there is going on this trip. They might not come back. You know what I'm saying? And so they get forced and threatened into picking somebody that they want to be picked. This real stuff that go down. I might think it's far-fetched and it's not real, but it's real stuff that go down like that. Sometimes it gets slipped and put out publicly, and y'all still don't pay attention to it. Anyway, let me get on out of here. There's so much I can go on with. One more thing. I'm wondering if Tim Walz, sometime in mid-September, I don't know if it gets too close to the election, it might not happen, but I'm wondering if he will survive the fallout of people saying that he really didn't go to war. I think that's the comment that's being made. Like he's going around saying something about him fighting in war. Either that, or you might pay attention. Like I said, pay attention. Start listening to future rallies and see if his wording starts changing. Or if the pressure gets so heavy that the Kamala camp is going to have to move him out and pick somebody else. So I don't know how that's going to go. Just something I was thinking about, because the rumblings is that he really didn't participate in any wars, but he's talking about he's been in war and blah, 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 blah. He was actually sent somewhere else or went somewhere else that was a little bit more lightweight and not really in the real war zone. So we'll see what happens with that. So keep your eyes on that. Look at that. So when you start hearing Tim Walz, but he's by himself, and or with Kamala, start paying attention to his wording when it comes to the military piece. And also the tampons thing, putting tampons in the boys' bathrooms. It's stuff I'll be trying to tell y'all, man. Putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be a fallout because of that, and it might force Kamala's hand to switch up a VP, or he might weather the storm. So stay tuned and pay attention to that, man. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming in. I'm trying to get this done. This makes me so upset. I can't get to my my outro. Let me see if I can do this. Nope, that ain't working. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Be sure to follow the channel. Let me see if I can do this. There you go. There you go. Gotta try everything. Be sure to follow the channel, man. YouTube. Tell your people about it. Check your YouTube. Check all of them. If you watch me on Facebook or anywhere else, just check your subscriber if you subscribe to the channel, because they on that shadow ban game. You talking real. It's a black man talking again. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to have a mind. We're just supposed to shut up and vote, shut up and dribble. Don't have a thought. Can't see nothing. Can't see nothing going on in our faces and speak on it. So because of that, they want to shadow ban your man's channel. So start subscribing to it. Start clicking on some thumbs up, man. Comment so they can say, so the algorithms can go, okay, there's people checking them out. Looks like they liking them. We'll start making this channel a little bit more visible to some more folks. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. You're rocking with the best thoughts of the week. One love. The black man with a brain, the black man with observation, the black man with some thoughts. Yeah, I see stuff too. And if it's on the ill side, we're going to speak on it. Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 365 Ideas. All right. Make sure you go and check out 365ideas.org. All right. 365ideas.org. And today we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can generate new income. All right. And these might be some ideas that you might not have thought about before. All right. And if you have, then we're on the same wavelength. But if you have not, then we're going to get into 5 different ways that you guys can generate income. All right. Welcome to the exclusive content of 365 Ideas. And we're going to get right into it. We're going to waste no more time.
Unlock the power of seamless filming with our gimbal's advanced AI tracking camera feature, ensuring your subjects are always perfectly in focus. Whether you're vlogging, live streaming, or engaging in FaceTime calls, our gimbal's AI tracking camera technology guarantees professional-grade footage every time. Take control of your shots with gesture control, allowing for effortless filming while maintaining stability and precision. Stay ready for action with rapid 80-minute charging, ensuring you never miss a moment of capturing your adventures. Compact and portable, weighing just 0.78 pounds and folding down to 5.98 inches, our gimbal is your go-to companion for on-the-go content creation. Elevate your filming experience with the LC7 Pro, the ultimate tool for achieving cinematic shots and capturing every moment with precision. Get yours now.